What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Scanning my environment like I always do, but sitting out here in Colby, Kansas at this nice petro that they have out here. One of the nicer petros that you'll find in the country. Going to be dropping off a load in Loveland, Colorado tomorrow. Dropping hook, and then I'm going to go head to the house for, a day and a half, 2 days, something like that. But what I really wanted to talk about was this last video that I posted. Now, I really learned not to post my figures after my first video or not my first video, but the first settlement I had once I was on my own lease, and I posted those numbers, and I had people saying I was lying about that. And then I had people saying I should have made more money and all this kind of stuff. And I believe that first settlement was about $3,500. So I just posted last week's settlement, or spoke about last week's settlement, and then spoke about the entire last month. And I'm just not sure that was the best video to do. I'm almost contemplating pulling that video down. And the reason is, I talked to a lot of different people, and, some of you guys might know, Trucking Along with Kiersey, she just left a comment on my video. We spoke about this a while back, and I speak with the normal cast of people that I speak with, and if you talk to any of those people, one thing that I always say is I think there's far too many people that are getting into the prime lease program. And I personally think that there should be some qualifying standards to get into that lease, because I think a lot of people are getting into this lease with really not a good understanding of money in general, and maybe not enough money behind them. A lot of people that I've spoke with, or that I know are having problems, and usually these problems are going to happen right off the bat, because once you've been leasing for 4 or 5 months, you're usually able to stack aside some good money to kind of get you through those lean times. But I am a huge proponent of going company. As a matter of fact, I'd almost planned on going company when I first got with Prime, and the only reason I didn't was those 4 days off a month just was not going to cut it. Now, I'm extremely happy with my decision to go lease, and even happier to do the lease purchase, but I don't think it's for everybody. So I feel a little irresponsible posting that video where I'm talking about this money. And while I wasn't motivated by the money when I went lease, that was like not even on my radar, is the potential to make more money. And there are plenty of people that I spoke with that are hearing it from other people, that the numbers that I'm saying tend to be higher than maybe what some of the other people are making. And I'm going to tell you from people that I know and have heard from other people, is there's people making more money than I'm making. But what I don't want is for me to be the influence that pulls somebody in to lease because they expect this to happen, and come in and have a rude awakening. When I first started leasing, probably within my first few months, I had a deer hit me, that was $1,000. I had a car hit me, that was $1,000 deductible because they didn't have insurance. There was a trailer that didn't have the little chain thing on the door to where you could basically attach the trailer to the side when it was open. The chain wasn't there, and there was like some little piece of almost like a shoestring that was there, and I put that on there, and then that broke, and when I was backing up, the door opened up and it caught something and kind of tore the insulation on the inside. That was $500. So it's not, but I was able to withstand all those little setbacks and not have any issues. I just really need to start thinking about what I'm saying and what people are taking from this, because when they're hearing that, I'm taking off, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days, or however many days off it is, or I'm just, maybe running through the terminal and I just feel like, maybe let me relax, take 4 or 5 days, whatever it is. I think that maybe some people aren't understanding that I might be in a little bit of a different situation that allows me to do that. First of all, just because I'm extremely conservative with my money. I'm not barely spending any of this money that I'm making in trucking, and I had a little bit before then. I just don't want to paint an image that I just don't want to lead anybody astray, that because like I said, I can't guarantee how your experience is going to be. I've done extremely well right off the bat, but you have to keep in mind, I was on my trainer's truck for 150,000 miles, 8.5 months. I had this shit down as soon as me going from, I'm gonna do a video, and my man, the Million Mile Man, check out his channel, Million Mile Man. Every day I talk to him, because I told him I was gonna do this video about students at Prime and stuff like that, and I'm gonna do that video. But one of the things that I definitely did when I was in training was I was there for the training. I wasn't there to get off the truck. It seems like more people are focused about getting on their way than they are actually learning it. So when I got out on my own, it was a smooth transition. There was, I didn't struggle because I had been with my trainer so long. I think me being older might be another thing. I talk to people that are in their 30s, and sometimes it seems like some of the basic understandings that I've learned in my course of life is new. I don't know. I really don't know how to express my feelings on this, but if there's just one thing to take out of this, is that there is nothing wrong with going company and learning the ropes. I'm not saying it's necessary, but I'm saying that leasing isn't going anywhere. You can lease whenever you want. Go company for 2 months. Get a good understanding of what's going on, and then go lease. Put a little bit of money in the bank. I'm seeing people that are leasing, doing stuff, and they don't even have like a couple $1,000s in the bank. I don't suggest that. I just feel extremely responsible when I feel that maybe somebody has gone lease because of what I'm saying. Now, I haven't personally had anybody that came to me that's going through any of these problems that said I was the catalyst to why they went lease, but I'm sure there's probably some. I'm a charismatic motherfucker. I'm joking. But in all seriousness, I guess they call, those of us that choose to share our lives on YouTube influencers, and I just don't want to be giving, providing the wrong influence. I am very conservative by nature, not necessarily politically, But when it comes to money, you're hard pressed to find somebody more conservative than I am. So I'm always going to take a more conservative approach in regards to getting into things. That doesn't have anything to do with investing and things like that. I can get a little wild with that. But when it comes to starting businesses and being 100% prepared and all this kind of stuff, a huge proponent of that, because there was a time in my life that I wasn't, and I paid the price for it. You know? So, if you do get in this lease, regardless of what happens, if it goes good, it goes bad, that decision's all on you. You know? Take all the credit and take all the blame. You know, you could have issues with the truck. You could have a bad fleet manager. You could have both. You could just have a run of bad luck, but that decision's all on you. So, anybody that wants to talk about this stuff in more detail, and sometimes, you know, people are like, email me and the questions be so fucking long, so I'm just like, you know, here's my phone number, and then some people call, some people don't. You know, if I give you my phone number, just fucking call it. Goddamn, I don't. You know, I haven't put out no referral codes. I'm not trying to trick anybody into any referrals. Not because there's anything wrong with that. I just haven't chosen to do it yet. But I will get to that point. I will get to that point at some time. But if you email me your phone number, you know, I'll call. Just put a reason, you know, kind of what the topic is you'd like to discuss, just so I could maybe be a little bit prepared on it. So I can kind of... These videos tend to be a little bit more condensed and a lot of times airheaded, because I'm an airhead. I kind of forget what I might be wanting to talk about at the beginning of the video, and the end of the video is totally different. So I may not even get around to what I'm trying to get around to. But if you want to talk about it, if you're having issues in your lease, I'm not sure I could help. But if you want to talk about it, and then maybe, you know, maybe I do have a way to help you increase your profits. I was just talking to, well, I talk to Willie almost every day, Million Mile Man, but, you know, he was saying I did, you know, as a rookie driver, I was able to help him step his game up a little bit. I learn different stuff all the time, not necessarily, you know, just in talking to people. So maybe, you know, if you need somebody to talk to and kind of analyze what's going on. You know, I spoke to somebody yesterday, said they were talking to somebody and their fuel cost was like over 25 cents a mile or something like that. That's a clear issue. So anyway, besides that, I just wanted to throw this out there. Listen, if you're about to come to Prime, or you're thinking about, you know, getting off your trans truck and going lease, think long and hard about it. The upside, extremely high. Downside, it could be a little bit rough if you're not prepared for it. You know, life, don't prepare for the best, prepare for the worst. Anyway, I'm sorry to keep rambling, but I actually woke up. You know, I just fell asleep and actually just woke up. And this was the first thing on my mind. I was like, you know what? I got to get this out here. So really, I should be sleeping. Anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Truck and Transportation. Sorry about rambling. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.